Right, 3 June 2025, and today I am so excited to be giving you the morning update or the trending news in Zimbabwe and especially in Africa. And today I'm going to be very, very quick. Let's go and do this and do other things. As you can see, I am now providing more updates during the day. That is current affairs, and we also have news readers at Gambakwe. So what is happening is that everything is changing. And you're going to see that within the next few years, there is going to be need for more media because there is too much information. So someone has to take that information and summarize it for people. And that is because so much is being done by different people. And sometimes you get lost to say what exactly is happening. And that is why you see that we're providing so much updates, and as this is an important service. So let's get started. And we're going to start with General Chiwenga, the most popular person in Zimbabwe. He suddenly disappeared. And that is after he traveled to Tajikistan. So last week, Friday, that is when Chiwenga left Zimbabwe. And now by Tuesday, Chiwenga's program is no longer clear. No one knows what he's doing, what he's up to. And in the public domain, there's not really much being shown about what Chiwenga is doing. He did move around and meet people at Ramza. And also, we saw him touring some farms and dam sites inside of Tajikistan. But it's not clear what is Chiwenga's program. And the state press is not covering Chiwenga. I don't know if they put back the blackout. Remember, Chiwenga was under a blackout in December. So all of December, Chiwenga was not featured in any state press. And right now, his trip to Tajikistan is becoming a mystery. What is he doing there? Is it business? Is it pleasure? Or is it what people are speculating? So I've got a number of speculations that have come to me, but I don't think that that can be substantiated. But what I can say is that Chiwenga is now the most watched person inside of Zimbabwe. What is he doing? What is he up to? What is his next move? That is very important. And currently, Chiwenga is not in the public domain, is not speaking, and is not attending any of the functions that are being done by Mnangagwa. Remember, there was that function that took place at Precab Farm, and Chiwenga did not attend. He has also not attended any of the important functions that are being done by Mnangagwa ever since that day. So Chiwenga is not featured on any program by Mnangagwa. And he appears to be running his own office. He appears to be doing his own thing. And currently, this trip to Tajikistan has become one of the longest trips by a vice president of Zimbabwe. So let's see what is happening with Chiwenga, watching him very, very closely and watching the developments in Zimbabwe. There is a lot taking place right now in Zimbabwe, and we're in the middle of a transition. The reason being, Mnangagwa has got no program. There is no plan from Mnangagwa. What is next right now? If I ask you, what is the next thing that Mnangagwa is going to do? You certainly don't know. And I also don't know. Mnangagwa also doesn't know. Zimbabwe is collapsing. So everything around Zimbabwe is collapsing economically. And there is a general sense, and that is almost everyone, they are in agreement, that something big needs to be done. A big change needs to take place. But that big change, where is it going to come from? And probably these moves by Chiwenga are seen as things that are going to make a change. We are coming out of one of the most difficult periods for ZANU-PF. That is, Mdarageza came out, the war veterans came out, and that period was full of expectations for Zimbabweans. However, remember there was a press conference by Christopher Mchangwa last week in which he made some bizarre allegations and bizarre statements about people trying to get a coup, or people trying to be put into office, or people trying to get Mnangagwa out before his term. So watch very closely what happens at the top. Nothing is insignificant. So we are going into a drama, and I'm going to be on top of it. Every single day, you're going to see me here providing you with updates. So let's see what happens with Chiwenga. We're watching him very, very closely, and we're watching all his platforms. And also, we're watching what's happening in ZANU-PF. An important period, June, is going to be one of the most important periods or months of this year. And particularly, before the end of this month, a lot is going to happen. Now, I want to quickly take you through the news. We've got a lot of news from South Africa as usual, but we also have news from Zimbabwe. So let's start in Zimbabwe. I want to take you to Trababals Interchange. So let's go to Trababals Interchange. This interchange has become very interesting. It's the most topical infrastructure development right now in Zimbabwe. Firstly, because of how it was constructed, and secondly, because of the change that it has brought in Zimbabwe, especially particularly in Harare. If you live in Chitungwiza, the biggest city next to Harare, you understand how important this interchange is. It connects Harare, Chitungwiza, Bedbridge, Masvingo. It also connects other areas. Take, for example, if you are going to Glenview over here, and then if you are going to Highfields, and also if you are going to other areas, this is probably your connection point. And a lot of people were stuck here. There used to be a lot of activity here in the markets. If you look on the right, there were a lot of markets here. And then on the left, there is a cemetery and also a tobacco auction floor. This place is busy, and it's probably not being properly utilized. And a lot could have been done here as a place where people could do some sort of business, and also as a center for arrival. So just after this interchange, there are a lot of bus stops here. So a lot could be done here to make this almost like a bus stop or a center, or let's say a hub. And that has not happened. However, if you look at today's newspapers, that is the Herald newspaper. And by the way, the guys in the state press are doing a good job now. No one is publishing late. So we're all having the newspapers in time. By 3 a.m., everyone should have published. So what has happened, and if you go to the Herald newspaper, is that there is a land dispute that has spilled into the courts. So if you go into the front page of the Herald newspaper, and I'm going to take you there now. So let's go to Herald Zimbabwe. There is a family that used to own the land around, which was used to build Trababals Interchange. So most of the people who own this land were paid and they were moved. However, one family has taken the Ministry of Transport to the courts, and yesterday a ruling has been issued by the judges, and the ruling was that this family is going to lose their land. So the family is called Forbes. So that is Mr. Forbes and Mrs. Chipo Goka. They have lost their land, which amounts to 2,000 square meters of land. So what these guys did in the ministry is they bought 555 square meters of land for $251,000. Then, that is in August 2022. Then the family fenced off the remaining portion of their land. However, the guys from the ministry went on to build on that same space, which was fenced off. And after being taken to court, the family has lost. After Justice Joe Maramba ruled that there were issues around the ownership of this land. So you can go check out this story in the Herald newspaper. It's on page 1 and page 2. So go check it out over there. And then obviously, it's crazy what happens at Zimra. So Zimra, if you die and you work there, they are going to put an advert in the newspaper. I don't understand it. So they're saying the board commissioner of general management and staff of Zimbabwe Revenue Authority
expressed their deepest condolences to the Ndebele family, relatives, and friends following the passing on of Ms. Sharon Ndebele. She was based at Belgravia Large Client's Office, and she passed on 31 May 2025. So I don't know why they would advertise a death in the newspaper. It's crazy. So go check out the Herald newspaper, very interesting. And also in here, in fact, in every newspaper today, you're going to see the results of Econet Wireless. So Econet Wireless, let me see if it's Econet Wireless or Econet Global. So it gets confusing. So go over here, you check out Econet. They have released their results. So that is short form financial announcement, 22.2 billion ZIG. Normally, I don't read statements with ZIG, but I read Econet because their money is significant. So 22 billion ZIG is about 500 million US dollars. So that is how much money they made from operations, which is 23% increase in ZIG. And then voice traffic and data usage has increased. I'm going to be covering a lot what is going to happen in the future. Everything is about to change. And these guys are going to play a very big part. Econet and the way that they do data and voice, you're going to see a big improvement in how they work. But businesses are going to re-engineer. So as I said, these results are for a company called, let me see very quickly here so that I don't make a mistake. It's Econet Wireless. So Econet Wireless used to own a bunch of companies. So it's very confusing to me, but I will obviously try to figure it out. 22 billion ZIG or 500 million US dollars in revenue. And they've declared a dividend of 73 cents per share. So if you are a shareholder of Econet, you are going to have a lot of money today, especially if you own significant number of shares, you make a lot of money in dividends. Then let's quickly go to other stories. Let's go to the IATA. So IATA is the Association of Air Travel. And the man that you're looking at here is Aaron Munetsi. He's the CEO of the Southern Africa Travel Organization. So, and these guys manage air travel within the region. And today they've issued a statement and they've named Zimbabwe among the top 10 countries that are holding money for airlines. So Aaron Munetsi is the CEO of the Association of Southern Africa. So these guys will do airlines. So Airlines Association of Southern Africa. And he has said Zimbabwe is among the top 10 countries blocking airline funds. They don't allow funds to be repatriated, with Zimbabwe holding 68 million from revenues of airlines. Mozambique is blocking 205 million, Algeria 168 million, Angola 84 million, and as I said, Zimbabwe 68 million. Most of this money is being held because the country does not allow, once you sell tickets in the local currency, you can now not take the money out of that country. So Zimbabwe and Mozambique, big culprits, and a negotiation is started with Mozambique so that airlines can sell in foreign currency and also repatriate their money in foreign currency. So that is IATA, and it's a big deal what is happening over there. Then let's look at other stories. I have covered almost all the stories that I had on Zimbabwe. Let's go to H Metro. Before I go to South Africa, there is a big thing happening in South Africa today. One of the biggest stories over there in South Africa. So let's go to H Metro newspaper. I want to cover one story over there, which is very trending. And H Metro, probably, I read this newspaper like once every day. I wish they could do more, like start an entertainment station, probably, because we're going into something different. And today I'm going to come back. I'll make some time to look at the media policy. I've been trying to do so, but time is not on my side. So I want us to look at this guy who has passed away. So his name is KC, DJ and music promoter Kudzai Chipadza. known in the industry as KC, died mysteriously in a hotel room early yesterday morning. Don't worry, there is no mystery. Go to Tatelicious and you know what the mystery is, how he died. May he so rest in peace. Apparently, he died doing something very interesting. So go to Tatelicious and you're going to see what he was doing when he died. So go over and look at what he has posted. And then you won't even see the mystery because you know what has happened. He was found dead in a hotel room after spending a night with a friend, and the cause of death is unknown. Some are saying it is cardiac arrest, said a source who preferred anonymity. Obviously, we know who it is, who the source is. So very interesting. Go check it out there. The Zimbabwe music promoter KC has died. So guys, what I can tell you, and let me take a break here. Don't take any medication that is going to make you, what can I say? Don't take unnatural substances. So when you are going for your action, you must take a medication that is not sudden. So you don't want a sudden action. What you need is your body to be ready throughout the period. So there are certain tablets that if you take them, they are going to harm you. So according to Tatelicious, this guy had taken certain tablets. So if you go to my shop, right, shop.gambago.com, I've done a long 45 minutes video on what to take and how to take it. So if you go to our website and you go to men, right, that is our shop there. So if you go to men, you're going to see there are a bunch of things here. There's coffees, there is shots, there is mve, there's inkunzi, all these are natural herbs. So the idea is, how do you take this thing so that it's effective? So I spent so much time last week explaining. Go and look at the video that I did on what you take and when you take it. So take, for example, the coffee, right? And the shot and the pills. You don't take these things all at once. There's an order, right? So there's long-acting stuff like mve. It takes away and repairs your system. So you take that every day as I instructed. And then there is short-acting stuff like inkunzi. That is 4 hours. You take it on an empty stomach 4 hours before, and then there is stuff like coffee. You take that 10 minutes, 10 minutes before, and you can. So if you've got problems, you can't solve them by taking certain heavy stuff. Don't take a pill that is not written anything. Follow the instructions that I've given you on how to take these substances that are natural. So take natural supplements. They are more powerful and you won't die. Over here, last year, a guy had a friend next to his house. So that is there are two blocks. So his friend used to live, a girlfriend used to live next door at the back, and his wife and family used to live on the other side. One day they just saw the girlfriend running to come home and say, Dara Adona, and you drop suddenly. So don't take those strange pills that don't have names. It doesn't help. Follow the instructions that I've given you. So that is what Tatelicious says has happened. A sudden drop after the man took a certain substance. Go check it out over there. It's not me who said it. It's here. So now let's quickly go to South Africa. And this is very interesting. Always go to our shop. I take care of men's health a lot. And we know how to do this thing naturally. Now let's go to South Africa. South Africa, there is a drama that is taking place. And I want to start with the kidnapping of the mayor. A mayor has been kidnapped on Friday. So that is the mayor of Sedibeng. The mayor of Sedibeng District Municipality, Lerato Maloka, and her driver were kidnapped on Friday in Alberton. and were found unharmed on Saturday by family members. So I don't know if a ransom has been paid, but they were found and they have been reunited with their family. This comes after she gave a press statement last week in which she called for an investigation into senior council officials. And then that happened. She was kidnapped and she's been found and reunited with the family. The police are still looking for the guys who did the kidnapping. And to me, this is strange because in January, Lerato there was a vote of no confidence in her. She was dismissed as the mayor. And then after a few weeks, she was re-elected. So I think she is ANC, and the DA is not happy with this young lady. In fact, the DA, I think they are behind the vote of no confidence. So there is a big story here behind her kidnapping and also her call for an investigation for corruption. So massive story over here, and it will be something that we'll be looking at for a very, very long time. The kidnapping of such high-profile figures is very interesting, and it happens a lot. Last year, one of the premiers, I think, was kidnapped also in Gauteng. There are more than 250 kidnappings in Gauteng every month. There are 240 kidnappings, and ransoms are paid. So this is crazy. If you're in South Africa, just be careful. In fact, there's no reason for you to get out of your house. If you're in South Africa, it's very dangerous at the present moment. Then there's been a massive court judgment in the Western Cape. So in the Western Cape, there's been a ruling that the appointment of John Shope onto the Judicial Services Commission is unconstitutional, and therefore he is not supposed to be over there. He's part of the MK party. And the ruling was that putting him onto the bench, onto the Judicial Service Commission, undermines confidence of the public in the judiciary and its legitimacy and effectiveness. The court case was brought by the DA, and so he's not going to go back onto the Judicial Services Commission. There's been a big fight here regarding who can sit on the Judicial Services Commission, which supervises other judges. So interesting stuff. And then the third story is 23 South Africans have been repatriated or have been taken back to South Africa after they got jobs in Thailand. On arrival, however, their passports were confiscated, taken away, and they were moved to Myanmar, where they were made to perform cyber crime. So these guys have now been repatriated into South Africa. You can go check out this group arrived in South Africa. I think that was yesterday. Going forward, I'm going to be covering the G20. So we're going to be covering the G20 every day. So South Africa is currently the president of the G20, and that is from December 2024 to November 2025. There is going to be the G20 summit in South Africa, and we're therefore going to be covering all this. And the current themes of the G20 is solidarity, equality, and sustainability. And this week, there are 3 events of the G20. That is the 3rd Digital Economy Working Group, the 2nd Anti-Corruption Working Group, and the 3rd International Financial Architecture Working Group. I'm going to be giving you more details in how the G20 is connected to the SDG goals. So the SDG goals over there are part of what South Africa is looking at, and we are going to be covering the events every single day. So as new things happen for the G20, we're going to be covering those for you. Before I go, we want to look at Jordan Zemura. He has donated a ball. He's one of the Zimbabwe soccer players. So go check it out. He's got a foundation called the Jordan Zemura Foundation. So that is what I have for today. Now, let me recap. General Chiwenga, one of the most important and popular people in Zimbabwe. 99% of the people love Chiwenga right now. He's just disappeared from the face of the earth. No one knows what he's doing. And after he went to Tajikistan, there has been an almost a blackout on his activities. What is he doing? Is it a national program? Is he doing something private? No one knows. But what I know is that he has not been attending Mnangagwa's functions. So ever since there was that event at Precap Farm, Chiwenga has been away from the public space. You cannot see him, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything connected to Mnangagwa. But let's go and look at my popular people. Let's start with President Hakainde Hichilema, one of the most popular people in Zambia. Is currently busy with the campaign. As you know, Zambia is going to elections next year. Zambia is going to be going through one of the most difficult elections ever. And President Hakainde Hichilema started campaigning. So you can see that he says, thank you everyone who showed up at our bull auction this afternoon in Choma. We do not take our clients for granted. So President Hakainde Hichilema has held a bull auction. This man is wealthy in terms of livestock. So he auctions some of his cattle, and you can see the auction that took place over here. I'm sure Mkoma Wangu has gone here. He's promised me some bulls, and I know that he watches me every day. There are guys who are in farming in Zambia, in Zimbabwe, and they go over here to check out President Hakainde Hichilema. So when the police arrested me in Zambia, do you know who called to get me released? You won't believe it. But that is amazing. President Hakainde Hichilema had put an agent to protect me from Gananda. And one of the people that called President Hakainde Hichilema when I was arrested in Zambia is a good farmer, Anorima Mombe. Let's see what President Hakainde Hichilema says about women. He's posted a young girl here. So let's see who is this young lady that he has posted. So that is President Hakainde Hichilema. Who did he post? He said, Kwenyu, tick. That is all. She's amazing. Wishing Faith Bwala all the best as she stepped in the moment of truth. 72nd World Grand Final in India. So that is Miss, I think this is Miss Zambia. She's amazing. Okay, check it out. And then let's go to, where is Minnie? I don't see Minnie on my list anymore. What happened to Minnie? Okay, there is Minnie. So she has not posted. I don't think she has posted. Let's see. I haven't seen any post from her. That is still the post from yesterday. And also, I showed you this. She posted President Dumaboko, who was looking at Miss Botswana. Ansia Goatusi. That is Miss Botswana over here. She's amazing. And she is Miss Cameroon and Miss Botswana. They were together over here. So that is the post that we have for today. And as I said, we are changing. So media is changing. The world is changing. I would like to thank all the guys who have written to me. Gambakwe no work. I've received all your messages and we're going to be in touch. I'm going to be in touch with you very, very soon. What we want to do is want to change everything. AI is taking over. If you don't know what is going to do with AI, it's going to destroy all jobs. Like 99% of you guys won't be working. And if you're working, you won't be working what you're working now. The people that want to jump onto this AI, they will live on government assistance. So there are certain industries that won't fail. And there are new industries that are being created. You need to know where to go. And it's going to be, you know, those people who didn't know how to operate a phone, or those people who didn't have a phone in the past, when the cell phone came, they didn't make money. Do you know those guys who did internet cafes? They were in a new era. And all of you had to go to them, and they made a lot of money. The new thing that is coming is like that, but 100% worse. Because there is what we are going to call the super rich who own everything. And there are those people who have nothing. Don't be the person that has nothing. Get ready for the change that is coming. So what's up? Gambakwe, no work to me on my number over here. Only people that can raise 20,000. I don't want to talk to people who can raise 20,000. So you must be able to raise 20,000. And also, re-engineer your business. If you're in business, re-engineer your business. Don't stay stuck in things that don't work. Cut out things that don't work. Mukuma 1-on-1 says, why is Nyoka in jail? Nyoka is in jail for 3 reasons. A case from Zimbabwe from 2014, where he was a chairperson of the Joyce Mjuru Teorairopa Cooperative, where an amount of 3,000 was paid by somebody, and then they were unable to provide land. He did not take the money. The money was taken by the cooperative. And then they went to court. Nyoka took responsibility and pleaded guilty. And the other 2 people, he told them to plead not guilty. They paid back some of the money, but then he left Zimbabwe during the coup before they finished paying. And that is why Zimbabwe wants to extradite him to Zimbabwe. Secondly, Nyoka is being charged for not having documents in South Africa. And thirdly, Nyoka is being accused by a man called Honest Shumba for taking 14,000 rands for sofas, which is bogus. It's bogus because 1 week before his arrest, Honest Shumba paid money into Nyoka's account. The whole thing is bogus. It's not charges. Why does Gambakwe deal with the Nyoka issue on his own? This is the lawyer's ego and tells us what he wants. That's why everything he does is suspicious. Mugoma James, that is correct. The lawyers have to report to someone. They can't report to the country. I am the person that found Nyoka when he was arrested. I am the person that hired the lawyers. I am the person that is briefed by the lawyers. I am the person that pays the lawyers. Do you get it? So if you want the whole country to go and see the lawyers, that is not possible. Where is Godwin? The man does not appear to be genuine. I'll bring Godwin on weekend so that he can explain himself. Jumi, why you made Gambakwe all of a sudden? No one is mad at me. People love Gambakwe. 100,000 people come to Gambakwe. And in the new economy that is coming, Gambakwe is going to do very, very well. And you're going to be part of it. Let's see if there's another comment. Chiwenga igwara achenjere Mnangagwa anogona kumupedzera. I don't know about that. What I know is that Chiwenga is loved by the military. Tucha, Zidzoro, Shon, Namai Vake, Vaka Broka. Mnangagwa is gone. Mnangagwa is gone. And Mnangagwa, Aka Broka, Auxilia Aka Broka, Shon Aka Broka, Emerson Jr. Aka Broka, Kuda Aka Broka, Vese Vaka Broka, Mnangagwa, Anoda Chema Tsenganzungu. Chema Tsungunzungu adzokere kubikita kunotamba muchongoyo. Imagine Mnangagwa achitamba muchongoyo. That would be crazy. But very soon it's going. Your headlines are misleading. Yes, Chiwenga disappears. Where is Chiwenga? Where is Chiwenga? What is he doing? Why is he not attending Mnangagwa's things? That is important, Mkoma. Don't take it for granted. Something is happening. Geza, where is him? Geza ndinaye pano downstairs. What I really need Geza. And ndinaye mdara wangu, mdara Geza. Okay, what is the meaning of Chiwenga is missing? I didn't say it's missing, I said it's disappeared. Okay. Right, I would like to thank all of you for watching. I love these morning broadcasts. No one can do these things. If I make you guys say, do it for 2 years, you will die. So most of the bloggers are very lazy. Like, to my bloggers, what did Gambakwe publish today? Tototi, Gambakwe, Gambakwe. No wonder why no one listens to you. Because you don't know who is the problem in Zimbabwe. The problem in Zimbabwe is Mnangagwa. If we remove Mnangagwa, Zimbabwe will be good. It will be amazing. Right, so it is amazing. You must know what to do. If you're a young person, don't take money from Mnangagwa, because when change comes, you are going to be on the wrong side of history. You are going to go into your bed and you're going to cry yourself to sleep. I know what is happening. And you're going to lose. Everyone who's trying to go up against Gambakwe, Achibadarwa, you are going to lose very, very badly, because Gambakwe is a spiritual channel. Mari Anesu is on our side. Uchayarini ku USA, Gambakwe. I'm just waiting for 1 or 2 things. And then I'll be over there. I'll see you guys very, very soon. What's your beef with the Wally and Rumbi? Why am I not already the same thing? Rumbi is like a little sister to me. I studied media in 1998. Holy, Zoro, and then at time na Holy. But Rumbi, I've got so much love for Rumbi. I used to spend hours talking to her, and she would talk to me very, very like Nanakutochaga mve wangu. But the guy knew guys. What has happened in this environment is that Gambakwe has become so big that I am now the news. So Gambakwe, ukatapa kuti Gambakwe on YouTube, youngsters have to make videos about something. So they're making videos about Gambakwe. But Rumbi, I am in Johannesburg next week on Tuesday. All you have to do is WhatsApp me and say, Murikupi Mudara, and then you see me. You have breakfast or lunch with me, or even dinner with me. But you know, so it are careful. But you must know, Kuti, I am open to talk to youngsters like Rumbi. They're our future. And also, we're very few females who are in this space. So when you see a video about me from Rumbi, don't take it badly. Remember, when you make a video about me, you won't die. You won't be killed. Tomorrow you wake up, you walk around town freely, and nothing is going to happen to you. Similarly, our future governments, they are going to be open. No one is going to be killed. Mnangagwa, if you make any video about him, you can't step into Zimbabwe. Blessed Mhlanga was in jail for 96 days. Nyamakanga, I did a protest for Nyamakanga and 125 people. You remember at the beach when I did a protest for them. Mnangagwa just took them and locked them up with no charges. But what happens is once people come out, they forget who arrested them. So Nyamakanga arungotaura aktasano penga. Simbachikanza is gone crazy. He's making videos about me, phoning me in my house and recording me and all sorts of things. But that is what is happening in the news. But Gambakwe is now one of the biggest media channels. And as I said to you, what is happening is the no-work culture that is coming. So then the no-work culture needs you to have certain skills. And Gambakwe is well-placed for those skills. Because Isusu, the love that I have for people is amazing. Look what we've done for Nyoka. The amount of money we've raised for him, the care that we've taken for him. That is what we're going to do. We want to build a beautiful country. And we want to do very, very well. Beware of a circle, another man is going to skate you. I don't care, guys, nothing's going to happen. We'll always come out on top. God is in it. Let's look at Chamisa before I go. Sorry, Chamisa, I didn't look at you today. So Chamisa is posted, and he has posted on education. Go check it out on Chamisa News channel. And then Nyokaima Bonu channel is posted. Let's see what they have posted. Who is talking at Nyokaima Bonu channel? So the youngsters, I always tell them, you must align with me. So when they're posting, they must align with me. Let's see who's talking.
Zimbabwe.
Okay, that was at 8 o'clock. I didn't listen to this. You can go and listen to Sarwaka over there. But I can see that the guys are losing numbers. So the numbers are going down. I will sort that out very, very soon. So they're now down to, what is the channel at now? 91,000 followers from 95,000 followers. But it's fine, we'll sort it out. Right, I would like to thank all of you. Tucha homecoming project by Vic Force, not Vic Force. You're going to see what we're going to do, and it's going to be amazing. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. 39 minutes. I am talking longer than Makandiwa. So I'll see you again. We're going to be having multiple broadcasts every day. And today I would like to cover the new media policy. I tend to have no time, but let me have time for it because it's one of the most important things. M31, Siangena. I'll see you again very, very soon. and a good day to you all.
Thank you.